Welcome back. And I have a surprise for you and disappointment at the same time. Sheriff Worley is unavailable. Something may have happened. We're not sure exactly what it was, but we'll have Sheriff Worley on another time to bring you a lot of information about Nye County Detention Center and some of the things that are going on in the Sheriff's Office. But the warden and Kayla have agreed to stay on with us, and we're very pleased to have them. And we've talked a lot about the detention center, the federal detention center, and some of the things that they do for the community and in the community as community partners, and we're very pleased with that. I've asked them to now come in and tell us something about themselves. It's a lot of things we don't know. I know that in my conversations with the warden, I've been trying to get her to join Rotary, and she's consented to do that. So that's one of the things that are going to happen in 2017. She's going to become a Rotarian, which is a big thing in our community. But Warden, why don't you tell us, where you're from and some of your background?
Well, I came here from New Jersey.
Okay.
Where I was working for CCA on an ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement contract there. Prior to New Jersey, I was on contracts in the state of Texas.
Okay.
Different types of contracts, mainly state contracts. In the company is the variety, and that's the motivation, is to have you work on as many different types of contracts. So you have the state, you have the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and now here in Pahrump, I'm on a U.S. Marshal Service contract.
Okay.
So the variety, it exposes you and prepares you better to do your job effectively. So that's kind of where I came from.
Okay, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Texas.
Texas. I'm laughing only because I spent a lot of time in Texas and really like Texas. What part of Texas?
Yeah, I'm from East Texas. The biggest area, I think people were related to Huntsville or Houston area.
Okay.
In Texas. I went there, went to school, went to college, and my dream, I guess, was to be a police officer. But there was this wall that you had to climb over, and that was a problem for me. But anyway, I applied both with the State Department of Criminal Justice and the Houston Police Department. But the state called me first, which is probably the best thing.
Okay.
And I ended up going there as an officer and working for the state for 4 years. And then when private corrections came to the state of Texas, I went ahead and ventured out with CCA at the time. That was the name of the company, CCA. And I've been with them ever since. I've had a wonderful career. I've been exposed to so many things that had I not joined the company, that I probably would not have been exposed to.
Okay. And how long have you been with the company now?
27 years.
27 years.
Yes.
And you mentioned one other thing as well, and that's the fact that they've changed the name from CCA.
Yes, most recently, within the last 60 days, I would say, we underwent a new branding, and it's Core Civic. It's one word together. It represents the direction that the company is going. After being in existence for over 30 years now, we're looking at the different facets of the things that we do. The Core Civic brand, it represents 3 areas for the company. It represents the security, which is what we're doing here in the correction side of it. The reentry, which is community, is what we're branding it. And that's if you follow the company, you'll notice that we've definitely taken a strong approach into reentry. Like these guys that are with us, each and every one of them at some point will be coming back to the community. They could be your neighbors, my neighbors, or whatever. Okay. So we're taking a strong approach into integrating them back into the community to avoid recidivism. And the next is property.
Now, that's not something that's done at the detention center here. That's talking about the company.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. It's 3 branches now.
Right.
This security, community, and property.
Okay.
Yeah, and CCA, we're a RIT as well, a real estate investment opportunities there. We have several facilities that we own and we lease as well as manage. So
Okay.
there's 3 different facets there, and that hence the name change, because the Corrections Corporation of America, we're just not about corrections anymore.
Okay.
And we're definitely taking a stronger approach in doing other things. And that kind of led to the name change, which has been a real positive thing. It takes a lot of getting used to, but I really like it. I think it's a good branding for the company at the phase that we are in right now.
Okay. And what do we see in the future for you? What are your plans to stay here, move on, retirement later on, or?
Well, definitely retirement later on. But no, I plan to stay here, and there's a lot of goals that I have set and challenges for Nevada Southern Detention Center.
Okay.
And I hope to stay here until we reach those. And then at some point, yeah, I will definitely lay it down and retire.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Any place, location for retirement?
I have a couple of places. I have, properties, and I kind of want to be able to be kind of mobile, move around.
Okay.
Yeah. So having the opportunity to live in different parts of the country, it gave me exposure to ideas of where I want to be and where not to be and when. So that helped a lot. So.
Well, that happened with me as well, and I have to say that Nevada won out for several reasons, but the primary reason was originally I'm from Chicago, and there's too much snow and cold weather.
Yes.
And that was the thing that sold me on Nevada.
Nevada is great. It's a great place to be.
Okay.
Great.
I know you've already looked at becoming a Rotarian. What made you decide to look in that direction?
Well, I have been a Rotarian before on Elizabeth in Elizabeth, New Jersey for several years, and I admire the Rotarians and what they do. I was a loyal member, a very active member, and now I'm going to have the opportunity to be a member again. I'm really excited about it. As one other thing, I'm on the Private Investigators Licensing Board. That was a fate that I had to take on prior to becoming a Rotarian, just in a personal sense, personal goals, but I have accomplished that, and now I'm on to be a Rotarian. So I can't wait to be part of that group. So.
Okay, I do have to say, and I know I'm bragging when I say this, but it's also a reality, and that's the fact that the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club is probably the most active club I've seen in all the Rotarian clubs I've seen. And I've seen several around the world.
Wow.
So when I look at that, I am so proud to be a part of the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club.
Yes.
So, and this is where I joined. I was asked to join, there was a fantastic Rotary Club in the Philippines, and they asked me to join there. And I saw some of the things they were doing with orphanages and so on, and just the work they were doing was just fantastic. And I wanted to try that, but then I ended up in another country, and so that didn't happen. But I still kept in touch with them. And my friend that was there in the Philippines, he retired there. He's a retired Air Force major. And we stayed in touch. And then I wanted him to know that now that I'm in Pahrump and I'm joining the Rotarians, and he was very happy to hear that, just overjoyed.
Yeah,
So,
it's an amazing group. And what's exciting for me is that I not only come as a representative for the Nevada Southern Detention Center, is I bring a host of expertise with me,
Yes.
with my team. So it gives them exposure as well. So, because there's so many things that we could do to assist the Rotarians in accomplishing the goals that need to be accomplished there. So, it's going to be a great, just to give them the exposure to the Rotarian Club. It's going to be a great adventure here.
I'm going to say that this conversation, and we didn't leave Kayla out on purpose, but what we're looking at is the fact that there are Rotarians going to be watching this show, and they're going to be finding out that you were a Rotarian, and why didn't we get her sooner? so they're going to be pretty excited about that. So no, we're looking forward to that. What other things do you have in store for you in our community?
Well, I think that being more visible
Okay.
in the community, there's a lot of meetings that are held that I definitely could be a part of, and I plan to, moving forward, be more visible and part of those meetings in the community that are very important, not so much directly, but indirectly, and to target the needs and things that we could do better as far as the community. I think that's going to be a great focus coming up in 2017.
This is great. We've heard from the warden, and we've heard a lot of things about her and her private life. And again, I'm just very glad to have her as part of the show today. Now, we're also going to pick on Kayla, and we're going to ask Kayla a lot of questions. And then we're also going to go into the last session of the show. And then we'll be talking to both ladies and getting more insight into exactly where they are, where they want to be, and so on. But in the little time we have left, Kayla, what would you like to say? Where are you from? Some of your aspirations, some of your accomplishments, and things like that.
I actually started working for CCA in Shelby, Montana at the Crossroads Correctional Facility in 2008. I've been with CCA for almost 9 years.
Okay.
And
I'm going to stop you right there because in Montana, it's cold. And you just heard me say how much I detest cold weather. So you started working there. Are you from Montana?
I was born and raised in Wyoming.
So you're used to cold weather too. Oh, me. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about. So, and we're going to carry that on to the next session. There's a lot to talk about. We're talking about the Federal Detention Center, and I call it the Federal Detention Center, and you call it the Southern Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada Southern Detention Center.
Nevada Southern Detention Center.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the correct name. They give the correct name. I just call it the Federal Detention Center to separate that from the Nye County Detention Center because so many of us get those confused. So get ready to come back and see us in the next session. Thank you.